Hello there, Reject Nation. I'm Greg Alba.
I'm John Humphrey.
BTS time. Who is BTS, you might ask? Well, it doesn't mean behind the scenes. Unless you're talking about where your real love is.
Ooh.
That's in the 7 members of Bangtan.
Can you name the 7 members of Bangtan?
Yes.
Oh.
It's all in this video.
Oh,
that's the top reward to your video request.
From Natalie Doran.
Natalie Doran,
hey.
Wonderful human being, very kind, very beautiful, very sharp, very Irish, very Catholic, very religious, is waiting till marriage before she does anything with any guy.
Unless
so she's hungry, looking for a lot of BTS inside of her. All 7 members of Bangtan. Oh yeah, at our Patreon page we do weekly Q&As, TV show reaction, stream along, some reaction highlights included. But wanted to mention Humpty Dumpty Dumpty Lump does music video reactions over at our Patreon page, and sometimes it's K-pop music, usually once a week or something. Let's go into this.
Okay. Oh. RM.
I know RM. He's one of the best rappers ever.
He's a rap monster.
Every people all around the world that shine the love and light on us by the millions and make these
The first member. Who formed this group? Oh, interesting. What label?
Big hit. Billboard.
Oh, really?
랩몬스터 완전 아이돌 얼굴 아닌 방탄소년단에서 랩하는데 못생긴 아이돌로 데뷔했다는 건 랩을 포기한 거 아닌가? 노래도 힙합이라고 할 수 있나? 전혀
뭐 이제 분장을 한다는 거, 또 메이크업을 하는 거 이제 어떤 힙합과 충돌되는 부분이 있을 것 같은데 여자
So mean.
I'm not pop, I'm not rock, I'm not funk, I'm not R&B or hip hop. 아직도 뭔지도 모르는 애고 전부 다 파라dig스. I get him in the bitch, get him in the wrist. Heavily added on the son of a beach. 나 모사처럼 이나 마치 son of a hate. 나는 promise a son of a stick. Yeah, man, I told you that I'm a monster. Now I'll be rapping nonsense.
찾아봤더니 되게 좋은 랩이 나왔는데 왜 그러냐면 저희한테 더 이상
Whoa, he's just had his own little studio to produce on his own.
Yeah, man.
So we have an interpreter just in case I need one, but you actually are, you speak English, right?
Yes.
So pretty well. You taught yourself English?
Yes, I taught myself. Actually, my English teacher was a sitcom, Friends.
Oh, you watched Friends?
Yeah.
My favorite show. I just bought tickets for the live Fathom event.
He's gonna be there.
I can't believe we're going to be after AMA. But now we're here.
바로 호비 들어오지.
바로 오케이. 제가 마무리할게요. 제가 마무리할게요.
up here. Thank you.
Wow, and we want to make new fans in here.
Wow.
Wow, 저 마무리. Thank you for having us. We will show you everything today.
Oh.
Yeah.
They resolve that shit in front of a whole audience.
Let's negotiate this contract. What's up?
여러분의 삶, 여러분의 인생에 언제가 저희의 존재가, 저희의 음악, 저희의 무대가, 저희의 사진, 영상이 여러분한테 아주 조금이라도 아픔이 100이라면 그 100을 99, 98, 97로 만들어줄 수 있다면 그걸로 저희의 존재의 가치는 충분합니다.
Aw, that's beautiful.
That is, man.
That's really
I
beautiful.
heard that, you know, there was like it was so hot in Vegas. It was like 35 Celsius. But, you know, I've heard that, you know, you guys were waiting for the magenta carpet like from the morning. I mean, like from the dawn, like 5 a.m. I cannot imagine that. Are you okay? Like, thank you so much, like, for everything, for the BBMAs, you know, like Hot 100, like iTunes, US, you know, UK chart. Thank you.
Dude, he's got hella action figures. Jin?
Damn, they're younger than us.
I know, I was just
Wow, he is handsome. Get him in the band.
I bet he can sing too. Oh yeah, I've seen that video.
주인공은 과연 누구일까요? 네, 다음
Car door guy.
수많은 소녀 팬들의 마음을 소녀한 방탄.
That's cool.
Third guy from the left.
누가 강요한 건 아닌데.
아니에요. 근데 왠지 이렇게 말하면 제 기분이 좋을 것 같아서 이렇게 얘기를 하고 다닙니다. 저는 월드와이드 핸섬입니다.
갖고 싶다면 내가 한번 주지.
Nah.
Wow, you capitalize on your handsomeness.
중국인 요리에서 이게 쌀국수마다 이게 진짜 먹는 그 기호가 있잖아. 빨간 거 먹는 사람이랑 맞아요.
This is like a mukbang?
이거랑 저거. 저도 메인 거 웃으면 뭔 줄 알아? 자네 소가 노래 부르면 뭔 줄 알아? 조동민. 그 소들이 떼창하는 뭔 줄 알아? 단체 소송이 있어.
I bet if we spoke Korean, we would understand.
굉장히 어렸을 때는 아버지를 존경했어서 아버지 따라서 그냥 회사원 그러다가 곰이 드라마를 보다가 어떤 한 분에 의해서 배우로 바뀌게 되고 빅히트에 캐스팅이 되고 나서는 또 이렇게 가수 되기 전까지는 노래 1살 뭐 20살 이때부터 노래를 시작하게 되었는데 재능이 그렇게 특출난 편은 아니지만 그래도 열심히 연습을 해서 조금씩 더 성장하는 모습을 많이 보여드리려고 노력을 하고 있습니다.
That's some work ethic right there. Damn.
Aw, my man. Aw, hell yeah.
I'm in love with him.
Oh, there we go.
That's a good music video.
Yeah. Check it out here on this channel.
나 차례는 다 알아봐라 너 지고 가는 데는 커리어든 하나만 하겠지만 고상남아 꾸준히 축소가 아마 니들 꼬리 쳤나 주고 같은 인생 너 이래봐 나나마다
I don't know what he's saying, but I'm still wildly impressed, and I am offended.
일어났다. 욕하는데.
조용하구나.
시가 형이 그런 게 있어요. 되게 멤버들 안 챙겨주는 척하면서 은근히 챙겨주는 그런 게 있어요.
침대래구나.
네, 약간
침대래.
예 그런 게 있어요.
물을 주면서.
이거 물에 저도 안 먹어줘요. 왜 그런 거예요? 네? 컨셉이야 왜 그런 거야?
Why are you
Why
like,
you like
this?
이거 뭐 아미들이 보면 난리 나겠어요.
Dude, he's the deep one. I mean, they're all deep, but
They're just deep in different ways.
he's the mysterious
The
one.
moody one.
처음에는 성공이 하고 싶었고 돈도 벌고 싶었고 그 이상하게 유명해지고 싶다는
But
생각을
now that I am, it's the coolest thing in the world.
작곡가가 되고 싶어서 서울로 왔던 사람이었어요.
그러니까 저는 곡을 거의 한 달에 하나 쓰면 많이 완성하면 많이 쓰는 편이에요. 형 곡 얼마나 자주 써요? 그랬더니 나는 하루에 하나는 그래도 쓰는 거 같은데. 사랑스러워.
아니 그거야 모르겠어요. 1년에 365개면 365개잖아 와 200개는 쓰는 게 있지만 그렇게 쉬는 날도 있고 뭐 쉬는 날도 있고 뭐 나도
Damn, dude.
아이돌 슈가입니다. 수란의 노래 오늘 취하면을 프로듀싱하며 음악적 기술을
와우.
다시 한 바 있죠. 축하합니다.
Damn.
진짜 고생 많이 했었는데 이거 17살 들렸어. 내가 밥을 먹으면 이 버스를 탈 돈이 없어. 2,000원짜리 짜장면을 먹으면 버스 못 타고 그거 팔아도 돈을 못 받고.
You fit in California, just so you know.
부모님이 온다고 같이 상담을 받았지. 부모님만 날 잘못 내 자신도 날 잘못 그렇다면 누가 알까.
Wow.
그런 적 있다고 버릇처럼 하는 말 I don't give a shit, I don't give a fuck 그딴 말들 전부 다날 간을 숨기려 하는 말 지우고 또 끝내 그래 기억조차 나지 않는 너는 공연하는 날 사람들의 무서워 화장실에 숨어버린 나를 마주하던 나 괜찮아 정권의 걱정부터 매일
I want that song. Give me that song right there.
나중에 이거 가려고 꿈 모두 이루시고 꿈이 없으신 분들 괜찮습니다. 꿈 없을 수도 있어요. 행복하시면 됩니다. 행복하게 새해를 시작하면서 행복하게 한 해 또 마무리 짓는 그런 2018년이 되었으면 좋겠습니다.
I changed my mind. He's the sexiest one. It's gonna be hard to top him. Every time they introduce someone, I'm always like, no, he's the best. Oh, really? Wow.
What a command. Aww. He's the cute one. Aww.
Manhattan에서 쇼핑해야죠. Wants to shop in Manhattan like this.
Oh my god, that's how I shop.
Okay, he's my favorite.
suck me on it.
So peamy.
Now, yes, all English time, all English speaker, okay? You look so happy. Why happy? Oh my god, my heart is, oh my god. Yeah.
You got no chance.
Oh no.
He must be a Virgo. I forgot to read his date of birth.
Dude. Like smack him.
구름과 하루 종일 구름 타는 재미 구름 보면 fade 너희 몰라 maybe 몇 년 동안의 빈 가슬 말리지만 마시마들 못 이룬 너희들을 위로해준 대학교 위에 포인트로 선물할게
Piece of peace.
신경 다어 그 누구든지 뭐라던 그저 계속 first를 지키며 밤하늘을 보게 지금 내 자리에 와도 그때 나를 다시 기억해 맘마른 땅이 너무 태울 때 피땀 눈물 내 마지막 춤을 다 가져가 피땀 눈물
See, that kind of dancing I could do.
Yeah. I think you would be great in a K-pop idol group.
Oh,
Be
it's
the dance
contemporary dance. Oh, dude, he exudes have sex with me, doesn't he?
Oh yeah.
Just the way he carries it. He's probably the suavest one.
Just sexy guy. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's a seductive one.
Yeah.
He's the one who knows he's seducing.
이 여행을 올 초 3월 4월부터 놀래요. 저 박지민이죠. 지민이에겐 많은 관심과 사랑이 필요합니다.
Just let me love you. Just let me love you. 우주가 처음 생겨났을 때부터 모든 감정.
He actually whips himself daily.
항상 가서 살아야지라는 생각이 많았었어요. 그러니까 쉬어도 연습실, 자도 연습실. 그래야 한 번이라도 뭘.
Yeah, it's the American way. And clearly that's the way to do it.
And if you can take as few breaks as possible, it's even more impressive.
Wow, he's really hard on himself. He has high standards.
어떻게 하면 내가 더 이제 좋은 노래를 부를 수 있을까 하면서 요즘은 그냥 계속 그것만 고민하고 있는 것 같다. 요즘은 좀 힘들었던 게 잘 안 돼. 하는 것만큼 잘 안 돼.
What's he talking?
정말 그 사람들이 생각하는 제 감동을 받을 수 있는 그런 노래, 마음을 움직이는 노래 같은 거라도 하고 싶어서 주구장창 연습하고 있다.
진짜 감사했다. 뭐 알았지.
나 진짜 비행기에서 공기 너무 많이 맞아요.
자기는 네 목소리가 되게 좋다는 거야.
진짜
It's crazy to be a BTS and be like, I don't think I'm good at this.
I know, right?
Like
I don't think my voice is good enough to move most of the world.
The pressure you must be under, goddamn.
Yeah.
Cannot imagine.
But I guess that's how they get to where they are.
Yeah, you gotta have that set of standards.
You're never there.
V?
The hardest member to tag in these videos.
I could have a glass of wine with this guy.
Yeah. This is the tender one.
Oh yeah. This guy's gonna have kids first. Make love to me, V. Ooh.
Oh, damn.
Harang.
Yeah. My favorite second character.
라이브도 불안했었고요. 보컬도 이제 어느 정도 노력을 해야 되는 부분이 있었고, 남준이 형, 윤기 형, 호석이 형 이제 만든 곡을 가지고 무대를 쓰는 게 정말 부러웠었거든요.
좋아서 좋아. 자, 이걸로 갑시다.
These are the most talented group of young people.
I know. And thoughtful.
빈센트 방구.
It's
I'm Clint.
I'm Ash.
Ash.
클린트냐고 우리가?
Clint. Clint. Wow. Lunoir.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, Lunoir.
Those are my hobbies too, man.
We gotta get some more sax on these tracks. Aw.
It's a big tortoise.
Doing it for the gram.
He's a Virgo.
Hey, look at that.
Doesn't matter. You and I are you're my favorite now.
DNA.
노래에도 크게 욕심이 없었어서 춤만 추고 싶다고. 저는 솔직히 메인 보컬 쓸 줄 몰랐어요. 진짜.
He has a shirt that says "Fear of God." I think God should fear you.
Oh yeah. God checks under his bed for Jungkook.
He's good at everything. He wants to be the leader. Wow. 15 years old, huh? What?
Damn, dog.
That is nuts. Were they like sensationally famous when you was in middle school?
I know, with like everybody freaking out. They showed up.
이렇게 하면 말이요. 오늘 별다 인생에서 가장 중요한 단어 바로 줄라입니다. 줄라야? 무슨 뜻인지 아십니까? 알죠. 무슨 뜻이죠? 7월 아닙니까? 오. 미안 다른데 영어로? 파리?
탐내합니까? 네, 괜찮습니다. 내 마음이 타는 아, 왜 이렇게 됐어, 너? 진영 때문이야. 아, 왜 이렇게 됐어? 그런 거 좀 보고 배우지 말라고 했잖아, 형이.
They like Linkin Park.
Oh, Chester.
Hey, those are definitely the best brothers to have. If I had 2 older brothers like this, that would be crazy.
또 옆에 항상 6명의 멤버들이 있으니까 그래서 제가 솔직히 보고 느끼는 배우고 하는 거는 거의 다 멤버들 영향이 크다고 생각해요.
Influencers.
Ah, dude, influencer
저는 어떻게
plus.
보면 형들의 성격이 다 담겨있는 그런 인격체일 수도 있습니다. 저 이제 15살 올라와가지고 옆에서 되게 이제 뭐 어떻게 보면 잘 키운 거죠. 네. 그래서 옆에서 이렇게 잘 해줘서 고맙고 앞으로 이제 우리끼리의 목표라는 게 있으니까 조금 그 앞으로 잘 해가면서 시작했으면 좋겠어요. 우리 오늘 바꿔내요 진짜. 야, 형이 형들이 6명이나 있는데 그러니까요. 나 같으면 날라다니겠어요.
Damn.
야, 인식 몇 개야? 아, 이번에 어딨냐? 2012로 생겨졌어.
Oh, yeah.
2000년 모습 여러분들 제일 좋아하고 계십니다.
They're like freaking out about 2,000 retweets.
I know.
There was a time. I love all the videos of him with all their crazy accolades.
I know.
Music and performance stresses language and countries and races. Yeah, like a rainbow. I don't care if you're red, I don't care if you're blue, orange, green, purple, whatever.
People say that, but if you ever met a purple guy, it's kind of off-putting. You can't help but notice how purple they are.
Yeah.
You're like, what are you? You
happened to
can't
you?
help but think it. It might sound racist.
Are you just a bruise?
Or green. I've met green
some
people
green
too.
people.
I'm polite. I don't bring it up.
Mhm.
I don't say anything because that would be rude and I would just come across racist. But when you meet someone who is pure green, I'm just trying to make sure I seem normal around you and not aware that you're green.
Tell me about your life. Do you need help? Yeah.
Well, I feel that way with Mexican people.
Oh, there it is. But not the people of South Korea.
I'm just joking. They're called jokes, people.
Oh, jokes, humor. What? Not all of these things are serious? There's a test at the
If
end
only
of this
I
video.
didn't have so many Mexican friends, then
know.
I'd feel comfortable to make that.
Then I would feel emboldened to be a racist for real.
Oh, this is wonderfully put together. This is wonderfully put together. It's really cool to get a breakdown of all 7 of them and what they specifically bring to the table and what they're primarily viewed as in terms of the personal relationships too.
Yeah.
I think is really cool. And it's easy to kind of grasp that information because of how communicative they are with their audience, how
Yeah,
expressive they are, how honest they are, how they'll be vulnerable even when they're not doing performances. I think that's really cool.
I mean,
But how much of it is real? How much of it is real? There's always a camera. Everything's monetized. Everything's corporate. What's going on, BTS?
Yeah.
But for the moment, I will let all those cynical suspicions thrown out the window, and I'm just going to accept this and believe it all to be sincere. So, yeah.
I'm sure the comments will be rife with people providing you tons of evidence to support.
That's what we do.
But yeah, that's been the fun part about this journey is just they're undeniable. The more you learn about the 7 members of Bangtan, the more you just are endeared to everything that they do, and you gotta give them respect because you pointed that out during the video. It's like these dudes are on top of the world right now, and yet at least some of them, by this video's admission, are still beating themselves up for not being good enough, and that is inspiring when you also see the juxtaposition of how down to earth they seem to be, you know, how kind of thoughtful they all seem to be.
Yeah, that's very true. It's easy to look at these guys and, you know, when I imagine hardworking folk, I always imagine, even for these performers who are as lively as they are when they're on stage, I still get under the impression that, you know, when they're backstage or when they're not performing, that they're probably really serious people. And then you see them, and like my favorite stuff, and I feel like probably for most people with videos like this, is looking at some footage. It doesn't feel like a documentary or an interview, but you know, like they're just recording each other on their phones or something, like they're just having a fun time fucking with each other. Like those are probably the biggest highlights.
Yeah.
Because you see just how much fun they do have and how funny they all are actually. Like all of them have like a really big sense of humor. They're willing to make fun of each other. They're willing to poke fun at themselves. That's cool that this video does explore how, like, yeah, of course they have some conflicts within the groups, and then there's people who, it's like the leader RM, who's also, the way this is structured is pretty cool by how, like, which member comes next.
Yeah.
You know,
They're
it's
well
like a full wraparound how this journey really began.
Well, and they jump to different aspects because it's not just like, let's do all the rappers first.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it was really well spread around personality-wise.
Yeah, and with like RM, they're talking about with him being a leader and having to help solve conflicts. It's just really cool to see they are just people. They're not just a product. You know, they are human beings. It's insane how young they are.
Yeah.
You know, like
showing up to that one dude's high school graduation.
I will say, like, there's 7 of them, and I feel all 7 deadly sins when I see these guys.
Yeah.
For sure, lust. I'm lusting after them, all right? Pride. I am so proud of their accomplishments.
Yeah, you're half Asian, so
yeah,
you have a right to be proud of that.
Very true, Humphrey. Gluttony. I feel fat when I see how sexy their bodies are. Envy. That's a given.
Well, rage that you're not doing the same
rageful
thing
that
right
I
now.
am not them. But then when they're rapping against their haters, I'm like, yeah, I feel that rage. And then there's 2 more sins.
And they make you feel lazy for, you know, kind of that old same stuff we just
the fact that I'm talking about this and not doing anything about it shows how lazy I am.
And then greed, you know, they make you feel
They
greedy
make me
because you
wish
just
I
can't
was-
get
I
enough
wish-
BTS.
It's the main thing I look at above all else, beyond their personalities, their discipline, their hard work, is I go, man, look at all that money they got.
Look at all that money.
That's the main thing I would strive for right there. The other thing, too, that's really cool about it. Sorry, I started a bit. I had to finish it.
Back into the serious mode.
Yeah, no. The other thing too is how much of artists they truly are. You know, they write their own stuff. They'll collab with other people and really provide their own creativity on their artists in every one of these arenas. Like with the choreography of the dance moves. Oh yeah. Seeing them get involved in their own little studios, like where they're pretty. You can't fit like a shit ton. It's not like those movies where you got like the producer with the glasses in the background, like the shades in there, and the one dude who's like just not getting it, just not getting the notes.
There is nothing that you can do here in this room that can turn that around.
Well, my mother liked it a whole lot.
Your mother was wrong. Today, your performance has shaken my belief in the Jewish people.
Wheel that grand piano in here. Let's rearrange the whole room.
You see just people who, as they keep going, when I was talking about how the irony of they wanted to be like successful and have money, make a career out of it, but they didn't want fame, that even amongst the fame and amongst all the success they have, they're still trying to reach new heights of creative capability. And also, yeah, you do see their level of standards. Like when you see Jimin backstage and he's freaking out about how
his mic fell off and his voice cracked once or
something. Everyone's going to be around him and, you know, tell him what, you know, what I would even say to someone is, you know, it's just one performance. I'm sure no one even really noticed.
Well,
like,
yeah,
it's not a
crowd.
big deal. But it's that standard that you set for yourself, the lid that you have, where it's like you don't want to go below it, and you want to just keep raising it.
They know it. I know it.
You have a standard of delivery as a worker, as a performer. That's just really great to see. Like I love this because it did feel very insightful into the humanity. What really hit me here is how fucking young they are. Like they're so young. And it's so inspiring to see the level of sacrifice they've made at such young ages and really willing to go against the grain. This really opened up my eyes to the discussion that had between pop music and rap music and how they had to deal with image transition. Who out here in the States is like Britney Spears and Eminem, you know? Like, who can do that?
Who's both?
Who's Justin Timberlake and Jay-Z. You know,
who's operating, but I mean, like, and we're seeing too, I mean, like, it's interesting because there has been a rise, at least in the Western hip-hop scene of late, of people who do want to switch back and forth a lot between singing and rapping, but even that is not the full dual spectrum where it's like you're on the pop level usually, and then you're right on, like, the hardcore hip-hop level, and that was something that was neat to me to see also everybody's come up, both for the fact that you had at least a good couple of the guys being like, I never imagined myself being, you know, the main singer. I just came in to do dance. I think it was V or somebody talking about, like, I want to be able to sing my own song that I wrote. It's easy to look, I think, at a group like this and see all the polish and think, oh, you know, committee makes the music, but to see them dig deep into the production and also learning the instruments and incorporating those into the shows, I thought was cool. And then you had to go back into the specific come-ups. I think it's funny that they've become such a huge worldwide phenomenon, and I feel like they've broken out even beyond.
I'm a phenomenon.
And they've broken out, you know, beyond K-pop even, I think, in my limited perspective, because, yeah, you have that identity crisis at the formation of the group where it's like the hip-hop scene doesn't accept the hip-hop members anymore, and the pop scene doesn't accept them either. And I feel like being in that weird no man's land has created this unique thing that I feel like that is the key magic, is when you take something that none of the groups really accept, you can create magic there. And yeah, these guys who are on the rap side of it are clearly dedicated, and when they go off both doing, you know, just like a solo song within BTS or a solo song on their own project, like, these guys are clearly capable, all of them. And yeah, to see the way that they influence each other too is pretty inspiring as well, because it made me curious about the structure too, because they were talking about the dance lines. So I'm like, okay, a few of these guys are probably more in the front of the dance aspect, and then a couple of the guys are more toward the back and doing more of the rapping or vocal aspects. And it made this so much more fascinating to see all of their different contributions to the group and how they all came from what seems like a lot of different places and backgrounds and motivations and found their way to this. And it enhances that magic of, like, you never know where one pursuit is going to take you, whether that's dance or singing or rapping or what, you know?
Yeah, that's really cool. That's great.
Yeah.
I would love to see the rappers collaborate with Eminem.
Yes, let's get a BTS on his next album. Let's do it. I think, okay, next Eminem record, what he should do is it should be a 7-track EP. No, 8 tracks. 9 tracks. Okay, 9-track EP. First, it's an album now. First and the last track, it's Eminem and the whole group. And then all the 7 songs in between, it's Eminem and 1 member of BTS each.
That's not bad.
Do Eminem, BTS with the backwards E at the end, BTSE. Yeah.
Or B-E-S-T.
B-E-S-T! Oh! Love yourself best. And it'll be the most aggressively inspiring, empowering
K-pop with the sock pop and the rock pop. Drop hop. I got Jimin and Jin and Jungkook with me. BTS the very best with Elliotness. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I want Eminem and BTS.
Well, guys, thanks for this. Guys, if you are, fans of BTS, say something in the comments, I suppose. Whatever you want.
Just name your favorite BTS thing.
You can subscribe to The Real Rejects. Click that notification bell. Check us out on Patreon, where we got those goodies, and John does music video reactions weekly. And thanks again, Natalie Doran, who I found out has O negative blood.
Oh, man.
But the words O negative don't come to mind when we talk about you in our lives. It's all positive.
A positive.
Your shout out split in half. There's a little bit at the top and a little bit here.
At the end.
Thank you, Natalie. You the bomb. You know how much we love you. But especially John.
Oh, yeah. Crow tits.
And especially... No, I called her crow tits.
Oh.
Don't take away.
It's not a BTS video until we say crow tits.
John.
You know...